Hello, friends. Welcome to April on the Homestead. Man, lots of things. We got all our grass planted last month, and it's growing. We'll be able to make some TMR for selling and feeding our cows. But let me tell you something. I looked at our inventory and we are behind the 8 ball. We're going to have to do something to get things moving. And we're going to have to take a critical look at everything and see what we are what we can do. We have to make sure our productions have enough materials to do their job, and then we may just need to hire some more people to help out. Add an extra shift or two or something. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out. But it's April, and we need to plant our grass. I keep calling it grass. Our rice. So that we can, really the last crop that we need to plant to finish this challenge. At least I hope that's the last crop. I'm worried that we're going to run short on the root crops, because when I did all my figuring, I figured that the pallets were only 1,000 liters. And according to the challenge, it's based on the number of pallets, not number of liters. So even though those pallets are 2,000 liters instead of one, we still have to produce that number of pallets. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine. We've caught on early enough, and on top of all that, I had extra, almost a double yield of what I was expecting, or what I was needing, or what I thought I needed. Let's put it that way. So I think we'll be good. I guess I was subconsciously thinking of the organic gardening principle of plant one for you and two for Mother Nature. Except we weren't dealing with Mother Nature. Dealing with some human error. But we can adjust. I so much need another shed. Getting all this stuff out of the way so we can plant the rice. I had to fight very hard to say rice. I wanted to say grass. But we know it's not grass. This will be interesting. I don't think I've ever put down a rice field. I've always used an existing one, so hopefully this doesn't get messed up. I will make sure that I do a save before I attempt to start, so that in case something goes wrong, we can deal with it. Like, I know that the rice field needs to be pretty level, and that when you put the rice field in, it levels it out. So I don't know what it's going to end up looking like. Hopefully it won't be too bad, because I think we'll start on that end, which I believe to be the low end. And we'll let it go from there. Actually, it looks like it has a little bit of a dip, and then we're gonna go with it. So first thing, save the game. Always save. No, I don't want to quit. That's such a habit. Always save the game before you're going to do something that's going to potentially alter the terrain, or be something that you can't really undo very well. And that way you will be able to undo it. I've got this extra mod in here. Those are some expensive productions. All right, let's get on our property. And let's see. Hopefully this doesn't come out looking too bad. Like I said, I have never done this. Okay, we have to hit the other mouse button. finish. Let's finish. Okay. Well, how does that look? It looks like a bit of raised bed, and then it gets a little high there. Alright, let's clean that up a little bit. It's got the grass in there. So I think we come along here. I just messed that up, didn't I? Dang it. Okay. Well, that's why we saved. Okay, I'm gonna jump out, restore, and come back and bring you back when I've got the field done, but I'm not gonna touch any of that. Be back in just a second or two. Alright, we're back just before we restored the save just before the mishap. And I want you to notice that it's no grass, it's just clean painted ground, or the grass paint down here and over here. And so when we put this down, that grass I was trying to erase was actually part of placing the rice field. So I thought I was cleaning up some mistake on my own part, when in actuality it was just part of the way the mod works, or the way the game works, the game mechanics. All right, we're going to do the finish, and bam. Yeah. Yeah, see, you notice there's grass. All along this edge that wasn't there before. That's just the way it is. All right. Now we're going to have to plant this like now. Let's take a look. Does it tell us anything about the soil requirements? Why does it say loading map? We're not paused. Well, I think it's time to plant the long grain rice. So what did we do with our planter? Our seeder? It's over there. Yeah. Let's use the Fent. Looks like we have canola oil over there too. You know, we probably should have checked on the animals. Hopefully they'll be okay till we... That's a tight squeeze. Till we can get to them. Don't know if I have any seeds in here. Or is this all fertilized? Do have a small thing of seeds. Take that. Pretty sure the rest of that's fertilizer. Yep. Don't know if I have stored deliveries on. Let's make sure. We'll put it right here. Let's just see if there's any seeds on sale. Before we go crazy. Well, y'all should already know by now that I'm crazy. I guess I should have said crazier. No fertilize. Let's sort this, buddy. That's better. Except it's the wrong place. Should be over here with seeds. That's where I should be. We're just going to get one. All right, let's see if we can drag that over here. Ooh, looks like we can. Go ahead and refill the fertilizer. Man, that fly just keeps bothering me. Alright, that's good. That's in the right place. Man, these things can be so picky sometimes. Does anyone want to make any wagers on how much we're going to get out of this? Man, I wish there was a backwards. Long grain rice. The good stuff, in my opinion. Here we go. We are planting long grain rice. Have you ever noticed when it's an AI worker that is doing the work that they don't leave tire tracks in the dirt? But a live person does. That in this field is going to be really, really quick. Get everything lined up. It's going to be a little hard with this fountain right here. Alright, time to get started here. It would help to lock in the helper. But otherwise, it's not much of a helper if it's not helping. Ooh. Excuse me. Too early in the morning. At least on the homestead. Looks like it's pretty easy on the seed and the fertilizer, especially for this. We'll just see. Hopefully this will be enough. I think, except for this little strip right here, we're good. But let's get this little strip. We just have that little strip to do. It's not going to take much of a GPS student to figure that one out. Yeah, year 3 of this challenge is going to be a little what word am I looking for? It's going to be basically, we're not going to be doing new crops. We're just going to be handling the ones that we've got. Man, if it wasn't for that baler in the way, Let's see if this guy will at least pull it. Well, it worked for now. All right. Let's see if we can get this geeter done. And that looks like that's close enough. All right. Let's see. We can run over here and we're going to need to flood the field. Oh. It calls it a 1 acre field. Did pretty good. Why is it not letting me flood it? Do I not need... It says it's not fertilized. Oh wait, 100%. Okay. Maybe I flood it later? Hopefully I didn't mess that part up. Well, we'll see. Let's go over here and get the skid steer. And let's move a few things around. Let's see what we got. All right, we're gonna have eggs and milk for sure, and we're probably gonna need to feed and water. So we're still another pallet of eggs. We were already ended the quarter on track with eggs. So we should be rounding and everything in the calculations, we should be good. Let's get rid of that. Okay, why are we not giving us our trigger point? We did that before. I don't remember what I did to fix it. Man, that's weird. All right. Well, I know I'm not crazy. Or at least that crazy. I mean, this stuff should be going in. Well, let me investigate this a little bit, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. All right, looks like the trigger is back. Can be seen. But I hope that well, come on. Really? We are not going to play this game. I am going to put up another storage shed over here. Let's see what we can find that will fit. Oh man. It won't have to be a huge one. We will just have to figure out if I want. I'm gonna need more than 50 pieces though. Okay, come on. 50. What's the deal with 50? That's a manure heap. Ooh, that's way bigger than what I thought. Okay. Where did we see? How big is that? Let's toggle snapping. Free mode. And we can drop it right there. And then bring that up. Maybe we should start over here. Patience, patience, patience. Wow, I kind of got messed up back here. Now, let's remove it. Pardon me. While I move this stuff out of the way. Not in the field. Right there will be fine. Push you back. Now let's see if we can get this in. Come on. Why are we overlapping? Collides with player. Where is player? Right there. All right, we're just gonna put you right there. All right. We'll have to come back and do some smoothing. Let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, that's probably good enough. We'll get the rest of our stuff out of here a little bit over time. Or I can do that off camera. Nope, not wanting to give me the help for loading. Let's go get the milk. This thing is good, but slow. Which one? 5:30. This is going to be this one. And here goes our milk. Talking about milk, have you ever wondered how the Amish store their milk without refrigerating it on their dairies? You know, I used to wonder about that too. But I came across an article that described what they do. And since they don't use refrigeration, or at least electric or any other kind of refrigeration, yeah, I'm supposed to put that in there. What they do is they take their milk cans, much like the ones we just put in storage, and they take them down to a creek and they tie them up and put them in the creek water, and the water keeps them cool but not cold like refrigeration, and therefore they cannot be certified by the FDA or whoever it is that certifies that the milk is of a certain grade or whatever. And we'll need to put another bale of hay in there. Drop some food off to these guys. And food. They still have plenty. Okay. Where are we at? Here we are. Where are the chickens at? I've got 2,500 food, a little bit. They could probably go another month or so. Wait, where's the... There we go. All right. Let's get our veggies. Telling you, I might put another because we didn't get any. This will still be our first pallet of honey. Are we gonna trigger in here? Nope. I do not know what's going on with that. I know I'm going to move. I'm going to move the required stuff out. Okay, I'm curious about something. I know the mod said that it would not work. It would only work with silos. I don't know if you've seen that display mod. I'm not sure. Just exactly where it is. If you'll bear with me for a minute, we'll go looking. I have so many mods. Should have found it by now. Okay, give me a minute. I will come back when I find it. Well, what do you think, folks? That's a thing of beauty. Let's see. We got all the veggies. We got all the... Come over here. We get the canola. And the sugar. Come over here. Cheese and butter. Check to see if I modified the productivity on that, because it sure is producing a lot of cheese this time and not as much butter. Drop it in that one. Gee, it's already been an hour? Time to wrap it up here. I've had so much trouble. It has taken some time. More time than I had anticipated. Alright. That's everything currently in the productions that have been produced. Except for the furniture over there. We can sit on that for a little bit. But I'm going to cut out the part, and I'm going to go ahead and move so we can have all that stuff on our display. So give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Alright, I got everything moved over from the other storage shed. And this is really handy to tell us what we got in here. I'm glad this works. So you can see we're not horrible, but not doing as good as we need to be. We are missing a few things. And hopefully we can get these caught up. So thank you for stopping by and hanging out while we run around the farm. And appreciate you. And I hope you come back. And if you would, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And if you would, if you like this episode, just hit the like, give me some comments, tell me what you think, give me some advice. I'm open for anything. And looking forward to seeing you next time. As I always say, bye-bye for now.